Picture this. You're in a crowded square, maybe somewhere in Europe, sun on your face, just taking it all in. And then a friendly local walks up, smiling. They ask you a simple question. But what if that friendly face is the most dangerous person you'll meet on your entire trip? What if in that exact moment you've just been marked? A whole sequence has been triggered, a social algorithm that's been designed from the ground up to separate you from your money. And here's the kicker. What if the key to shutting it all down, to stopping them cold in their tracks, is just a single two-letter word? So let's get right into it. It is so easy to sit there and think, yeah, that would never happen to me. I'm too smart for that. But I have to be really clear here. Getting scammed has absolutely nothing to do with how smart you are. These are exploits. They are designed to target really deep psychological triggers. Things like our desire to be polite, our instinct to help, and our aversion to making a scene. So this isn't just a list of scams. This is the entire playbook. Today we are breaking down the script, all the red flags, the exact moves to make, and the exit lines for the world's 7 biggest tourist trap hotspots, so you can make sure you stay in control. Alright, kicking off our countdown at number 7, we're heading to Hanoi, Vietnam. Now the scams here, they primarily target English speakers because of a very simple but very powerful perception that you're probably wealthy, you're definitely not familiar with local prices, and most importantly, you're probably too polite to make a scene. Let's look at 2 classic ways your good nature gets turned against you here. First up, you've got systematic overcharging. It usually starts with a friendly street vendor walking up to you with, say, a basket of fruit. And they'll say something like, "You are my first customer today. Please buy from me for good luck." What they really want is to use that good luck line to make you feel obligated, and then they'll jack up the price by like 10 times. Then you've got the shoe shine scam, which is way more aggressive. This one starts with someone pointing down at your shoe, looking really concerned. They'll say, "Oh, your shoe is broken. Let me fix for you very quick." And before you even have a chance to say no, they've already started squirting glue on it. See, what they want is to perform a service you never asked for, so they can create a big, loud scene and demand you pay up. If you're traveling solo, they're often a lot more direct. If you're a couple, they'll try to flatter one of you to put pressure on the other. So, prevention is everything. Your best defense is a firm no, and to just walk away immediately. Don't engage, don't argue. Your exit line is silence as you walk away. For total protection, here's a quick checklist. 1. Always agree on a price before you accept any service. 2. Use ride-sharing apps like Grab to lock in your fares. 3. Carry small bills so you can avoid the whole sorry, no change problem. 4. Never let someone take something out of your hands to just look at it. 5. Keep your bag zipped and wear it in front of you. 6. Download an offline map so you don't look lost. 7. If someone starts a service you didn't ask for, just say no loudly and walk away. 8. Maybe dress down a little bit to avoid looking like a super wealthy target. 9. Be really suspicious of anyone who's just a little too friendly right outside a big tourist site. And 10. Trust your gut. If a situation feels off, it's because it is off. Okay, let's move on to number 6, because this is where things start to get a little more sophisticated. In Cancun, the threat isn't just a simple street hustle. It's high-tech, and it's aimed directly at the financial system you depend on. We're talking about ATMs. And this right here shows you the escalation we're talking about. This isn't one guy. This is organized crime. A group called the Riviera Maya Gang, run by a guy named Florian the Shark Tudor, installed nearly invisible Bluetooth skimmers inside over 100 ATMs. So here's how it starts. You walk up to an ATM in a busy tourist area, maybe in a convenience store or a hotel lobby. It looks totally normal, but what they want is your data. The skimmer, it's a little device that copies the magnetic stripe on your card, and a tiny pinhole camera records you typing in your PIN. A few hours later, they've cloned your card and they are draining your bank account. The red flags to look for? A card slot that seems kind of bulky or loose, a keypad that feels wobbly or thick, or maybe some glue residue around the edges. The correct move is to actually give the card reader a little jiggle. If any part of it feels loose, just walk away. Your exit line is to find another machine. This scam doesn't care if you're a solo traveler, a couple, or a family. It hits everyone. So how do you keep your money safe? Here's the checklist. 1. Only use ATMs that are physically located inside an official bank branch. 2. Try to only use them during business hours when staff are around. 3. Always cover the keypad with your other hand when you type in your PIN. 4. Check your bank statements online as often as you can. 5. Set up transaction alerts with your bank so you get a text for every purchase. 6. Avoid those standalone ATMs you see in tourist-heavy spots. 7. If a machine ever eats your card, call your bank's fraud department that very second. 8. Consider using a credit card for most things and just carry a little bit of cash. 9. Just look for anything on the machine that seems weird or out of place. And 10. If you do get hit, the steps are always the same. Contact your bank immediately to cancel the card, file a police report so you have a paper trail, and keep a close eye on your accounts. Coming in at number 5 is Prague. And the scams in this beautiful city, they're really designed to take advantage of that mental fog you get when you're traveling. You know, when you're confused about a new currency and you're not totally sure how the public transport works. Okay, let's break down the two big ones here. First, on the left, you've got the currency exchange scam. This one starts with a big sign that advertises 0 commission. They'll smile and say, "Best rate in Prague, no commission." But what they really want is to trick you with a terrible sell rate that's hidden in the fine print, not the great buy rate they're showing you. The red flags are pushy staff, no clear buy rate posted, and them trying to rush you to count your money away from the counter. The correct move? Just use a regular bank ATM. Your exit line is a simple, "No thank you, I've changed my mind." Then on the right, you've got the taxi ripoff. This starts the second you hop in the car. The driver will say, "Sorry, my meter's broken today." What they want is to quote you some insane flat fee, sometimes 10 times the real fare. The red flags are no visible meter, the driver refusing to use one, or just a taxi that doesn't look official. The correct move is to only use reputable ride-sharing apps or clearly marked official taxis, and always confirm they'll use the meter before you even get in. Your exit line, no meter, no ride, and then you get out of the car. At number 4, we have Rome. I mean, the sheer number of tourists packed around places like the Colosseum, it creates the absolute perfect environment for scams that are all about distraction, impersonation, and taking advantage of social pressure. And this one is, wow, it is particularly bold. It usually starts with 2 scammers, often dressed in uniforms that look kind of plausible but not quite right, and they'll approach you. They'll flash a fake badge and say in this very official tone, "Police, we are conducting a spot check for counterfeit money. We need to see your wallet and your passport." What they really want is to use sleight of hand to slip cash out of your wallet while you're distracted looking at their fake ID. The red flags are, they're in plain clothes, their uniforms look a little off, the ID badge looks like it was laminated at home, they're being really pushy, and they want to do the check right there on the street. The correct move is to stay calm and say, "Of course, we can do this at the nearest police station." They will always have an excuse and leave. Your exit line is just to keep repeating that offer until they give up. And then you've got the scams that are designed to weaponize social awkwardness. This is where they abuse our natural instinct to be polite. It'll start when a vendor comes up to your cafe table, places a rose on it, and says, "A gift for the beautiful lady." If you're a solo traveler, it might be a friendship bracelet that they'll start tying onto your wrist before you can even react. What they want is to create a public sense of obligation. They'll come back later and loudly demand payment, creating a really embarrassing scene that most people will pay to get out of. The red flags are any kind of unsolicited gift, really over-the-top compliments, and any kind of physical contact, like grabbing your wrist. The correct move is to immediately give the item back with a firm, "No thank you." If they've already got it on your wrist, you might have to be a little forceful to get it off. The exit line is a clear, "I do not want this," and then you just turn away. Alright, here's your defensive checklist for Rome. 1. Never ever hand your wallet to a stranger. 2. Only buy tickets for attractions from the official ticket windows, not from guys on the street. 3. Ignore anyone who offers to help you skip the line. 4. Be super aware of your surroundings in big crowds, especially on the metro. 5. Keep your valuables in a front pocket or a money belt. 6. Just say no to any and all gifts. 7. If you're approached by police, offer to go with them to the official station. 8. Do not sign any petitions, ever. 9. Be really careful if someone accidentally spills something on you. And 10. If you feel uncomfortable, just leave the situation. And if you do get hit, cancel your cards, report the theft to the local polizia, get a report number for your insurance, and call your embassy if your passport was stolen. So, our third most notorious city for scams is Barcelona. Now, while it has a lot of the same problems as Rome, it is the undisputed global capital for one specific type of crime: pickpocketing that's been elevated to a total art form through masterful distraction. And this, right here, perfectly illustrates their method. It's often called the bird poop scam. It starts when you feel something wet hit your back or your shoulder, and instantly a very concerned local will rush over to you saying, "Oh no, a bird, here, let me help you clean up." And as they're dabbing at your back with a napkin, creating this moment of chaos and physical contact, their accomplice is lifting your wallet or your phone. See, what they want is to manufacture a single moment of pure, overwhelming distraction. The red flags are the sudden mess, the stranger who is way too eager to help, any kind of unnecessary physical contact, and often there's more than one person trying to help you. This is always a team effort. The correct move is to immediately clutch your valuables, say "No, I'm fine," and just move away. Your exit line is to walk directly into a private place, like a cafe restroom, to clean yourself up a little. Now, beyond the stain scam, you have to watch out for women offering you a gift of a rosemary branch. This one starts with them trying to press the branch into your hand. They'll say for good luck, but then they'll grab your palm, pretend to read your fortune, and then very aggressively demand that you pay them. This scam usually targets solo travelers and couples, using a mix of superstition and public pressure. The correct move is to never accept the gift in the first place. Just keep your hands in your pockets. If they approach you, just give them a firm no and walk right past without breaking your stride. The best exit line is to not even engage. You have to remember, these distraction scams are specifically designed to short-circuit the logical part of your brain, so your very first fastest reaction is almost always the one that's going to save you. And at number 2, we find ourselves in Paris. Now, Paris is this high on the list for a very specific reason. Its most common scams are an absolute masterclass in social engineering. They are designed from the ground up to weaponize the politeness and the helpful nature of English-speaking tourists. I really want you to pay close attention, because this question is the tell. When you're near any major landmark, the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, you name it, you're going to be approached, and the opening line is always the same. Do you speak English? This is the beginning of the infamous petition scam. By answering yes, you've just confirmed you're a tourist, and you've signaled to their entire group that you are the target. They'll shove a clipboard in front of you and say, it's for a charity for deaf-mute children, we just need a signature. But what they actually want are 2 things. First, they want to pressure you into giving a donation after you sign, and second, they want to use the clipboard itself to block your view while an accomplice tries to pick your pocket. This scam almost exclusively targets families and couples, who are just much more likely to stop and engage out of a simple desire to be polite. The other classic Parisian hustle is the gold ring scam. It starts when someone walking just ahead of you suddenly bends down. They'll hold up a shiny gold-colored ring and they'll ask, "Excuse me, did you drop this?" And when you say no, they'll insist that you take it. They'll say, "It must be your lucky day. Here, it's yours." But what they really want is for you to accept the gift. The second you do, they'll start asking for a reward, and they often get very aggressive if you refuse to pay them. The red flags for both of these scams are pretty obvious once you know what to look for. It's anyone with a clipboard near a landmark, or anyone who suddenly finds something valuable right at your feet. The whole thing relies on your surprise, and let's be honest, a little bit of your greed. So the most important part is how you respond. And look, there is a simple 2-step move that works every single time. 1, immediately break eye contact and give a firm, dismissive nod. It does not matter if your accent is terrible. And 2, just keep walking. Do not stop, do not slow down, and do not engage with them at all. You have just signaled that you are not their target audience anymore. So your checklist for Paris: keep your wallet in a front pocket, never sign anything that's handed to you on the street, ignore any items that are found near you, be extra careful on Metro Line 1, pre-book your museum tickets online from the official source, and know the general price of a taxi from the airport. A simple non-merci is a complete sentence. If you do get hit, you know the drill. Cancel your cards, file a report at the local prefecture to police, and contact your embassy if you need to. And that brings us to our number 1 scam hotspot in the entire world, Bangkok. Now, Bangkok earns this top spot because the scams here are not just isolated incidents. No, they are part of an elaborate city-wide system that is designed to funnel unsuspecting tourists through a whole network of businesses that are all in on it. And this one scam perfectly illustrates the entire system. It's called the attraction is closed scam. It starts as you're walking up to a major temple, like the Grand Palace. A very friendly, very well-dressed local, who might even be wearing a uniform, will stop you. And they'll say, "Sorry, the temple is closed for a special Buddhist ceremony until this afternoon. But you know what? It's your lucky day. I can get you a tuk-tuk driver for a very cheap price to take you to other amazing temples that only the locals know about." What they really want is to get you into that specific tuk-tuk, because that ride will inevitably take you to a series of overpriced gem shops, tailor shops, and bars, all of which pay the scammer and the driver a hefty commission just for bringing you through the door. The red flags are anyone telling you a major attraction is closed, any offer that seems way too good to be true, and any pressure to get into one specific tuk-tuk. The correct move is to just smile, say thank you, and keep walking towards the official entrance of the attraction, which you will almost certainly find is wide open. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground, so let's boil all of this down into 5 universal rules. 1. Trust your gut. If a situation feels rushed or weird or too good to be true, it is. Just walk away. 2. Verify everything. Use your phone. You have the internet in your pocket. Check opening times, check official prices. 3. Be wary of any and all unsolicited help. Real helpers don't need to be that aggressive. 4. It is okay to be rude. A firm no and walking away isn't impolite, it's your right to personal security. And 5. Never let anyone rush you into making a decision about money. And before you even leave home, here's a final checklist. Photocopy your passport and your cards. Tell your bank about your travel plans. Get travel insurance. And finally, save this explainer so you can review it before your next trip. Look, we've armed you with the playbook, but you have to know, these scammers are always changing their scripts. The best defense we all have is shared knowledge. So now I want to turn it over to you. What's the most sophisticated or just surprising scam you've ever come across in your travels? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the one warning that saves another traveler from a completely ruined trip. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.